Good day, MSN students of class 5309. I am very excited about teaching this course to you, my fellow classmates. My name is Andrea Craig. I am a baccalaureate prepared registered nurse in the graduate program, MSN program at the University of Texas at Arlington. I've compiled two learning outcomes today. The first learning outcome is on completion of this class, you will be able to incorporate humor in your future classes as an educator. The next one is to consider the subject. On completion of this class, you will be able to consider the subject, the tone, the intent, and the situation before using humor as an active teaching strategy. The purpose of this lesson is to demonstrate how humor can be used as an active teaching strategy. Today we will discuss the importance of humor. I think my presentation is useful and valuable to N5309 teaching learning strategies because humor can be a valued tool in the classroom when it is used to motivate students, to help students retain information, and create a comfortable and supportive environment. First, I want to say humor is something that everyone can laugh at. Ha ha ha. When considering the use of humor, an instructor needs to consider the subject. Like I've said before, the subject, the tone, the intent, and the situation, including the teller and the audience. Inappropriate humor behavior is placed into 4 different categories: disparaging humor, targeting students, disparaging humor, targeting others, offensive humor, and self-disparaging humor, according to Wanzer, Freimer, and Waskazik. Okay, first, let's talk about the subject. Common sense and consideration of what your students may have considered or have experienced can help you decide what subject matter lends itself to appropriate humor. There are subjects that are off limits for humor, period, and common sense has to override. The tone. The second one that we're going to talk about is the tone. Some of you have probably overheard students talking about another instructor saying something like, "He thinks he's being funny, but he comes off as a jerk." There is no simple recipe for the correct delivery of humor. If there were, there would not be so many stand-up comics. There'll probably be professors teaching nursing courses, which will not be a good thing. However, teachers need to be conscious of their levels of sarcasm, as too much sarcasm can turn off students who believe the instructor is being too negative. If they cannot distinguish between sarcasm and seriousness, students may become confused or offended. A simple "and folks, I was simply being sarcastic" may help create a more positive tone. The third one is the intent. Like most everything else a teacher does, the intent of adding humor is to facilitate learning. So, before using humor, it is wise to ask, will this use of humor alienate or embarrass any of my students? If the answer is yes, try a different strategy to get the point across. Burke, 2002, advocated that using humor as a systematic teaching or assessment tool suggests using what he described as a humor trifecta, in which all 3 elements are required for maximum winnings. The trifecta consists of: first, expected, serious setup with commonly understood situation; content expected, build up of tension; and the third one is unexpected twist, the punchline. So, these three elements need to be utilized if humor is going to be used to facilitate learning in the classroom. The fourth is the situation. Be aware of the dynamics between your personality and your use of humor, and the personalities of your students. If an instructor feels uneasy about use of humor, then it is a good idea to find an alternative strategy for presenting that topic. So basically, effective use of humor can help teachers engage students and establish rapport with them, maintain their attention, create an open classroom atmosphere, and even ease distress during exams. You can make yourself less distant and better connect with your students by using humor and effectively manage a classroom. Hopefully, students will have a more positive opinion of both the class and the content material. After using humor, like any teaching technique, humor should be used in moderation. Not every test item needs to be funny, and not every example should make your class laugh, because then you become a laughing stock. You want to teach well, not to do the stand-up comic routine. Again, I'm a big advocate of utilizing humor in the classroom. You know, it like I've said before, it creates a sense of togetherness, and it facilitates learning once it is used appropriately and not embarrassed anyone. Thank you. This is the end of my class. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask. Thank you very much.